3, 2, 1, go!
Now from an NFL stadium that hosted NFL football on and off from 1966 until 2019, we are glad to be back under the lights at the Coliseum in Oakland. Tonight we are all set to witness what should be a good one. It's a battle of eras, if you will. Today's NFL superstars set to face the best of the best, the Madden Legends. So this should be a real treat as the two teams exit their locker rooms. Coach Madden going to have his imprint all over this one. He'll be patrolling both sidelines, trying to will each of these teams to a victory. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, and there he is, the great Pat Summerall, set to do the honors. This should be a fun one. Underway here in Oakland. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. So out come the NFL superstars, and it is Josh Allen who leads him out at quarterback, the MVP of the National Football League in 2024. You know, Coach Madden always admired those field generals who could really do it all, and there might not be a more unstoppable quarterback in the league today than number 17 of the Bills.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. Now Allen. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. To the air, Allen. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Some space to move right away as he's hauled away up to the 30. He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Allen now looks to throw. Complete. Jefferson the target. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. To throw, it's Allen. Throw left side, complete to Chase. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Allen going to throw. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. Henry is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. We are through one. So happy to have you along. It's football. It's Oakland. And it's only on EA Sports. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The offense already on the field here to begin quarter number 2. As they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything. Forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
And his kick is right there. It's good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. The legend set to go to work. It is Peyton Manning who leads him out at quarterback. Peyton spent 14 years as a Colt, 4 more as a Bronco. And the numbers, they speak for themselves. 14 times a Pro Bowler, better than 71,000 passing yards, 539 touchdown passes, and, of course, twice a Super Bowl champion.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop.
Manning. Got a man. It's Randy Moss, complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there. 58 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Here's Manning to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in the red zone call.
That is caught. Touchdown, Legends.
Jerry Rice from 13 yards out. And his guys have taken the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead.
Visitors 3.
After the touchdown, here's Summerall to send this one away.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The next possession ready to get going. An exciting game for those here in attendance to see all these great players on the field. But it's also a chance to celebrate our namesake, the coach, John Madden. As some of our younger fans may not know his full story, before the video game that now bears his name, he was the head coach of the Oakland Raiders. Had some big moments on this field, and he, of course, was on the sidelines down in Pasadena, Super Bowl 11, when the Silver and Black won their first Super Bowl title, a 32-14 victory over the Minnesota Vikings. Here's Allen. Now he's going to step up and run. And he is into the end zone for a Superstars touchdown.
Josh Allen, a 15-yard touchdown run, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
And that flag accepted.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Legends head back out, and with them the great Jerry Rice, who, of course, had his biggest years across the bay from here in San Francisco in the 80s and 90s. Rice was always one of the hardest workers out there, a real tactician at the wide receiver position. Two qualities that Coach Madden always admired. Here's what Coach Madden had to say about all the things number 80 could do to beat you.
With Jerry Rice, you have to move him around. You can play him at flanker. You can play him at X. You can play him in the slot. You can even sneak him in the backfield once in a while.
He's got him in, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones. So from 135 all the way over to the other. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Manning. Completes it to Fitzgerald. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Manning now to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Throwing is Manning. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Legends touchdown.
Tony Gonzalez, as the first half is winding down, as they have taken the lead.
So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the third quarter. So their potential could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Here's Pat Summerall for the extra point.
And that makes it 14-10. A drive that time of 6.
Time here in Oakland with the Legends on top. Let's get you over to Scott Hansen quickly with our halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks so much. As you said, the Legends have the halftime lead. Maybe not by as much as some would have thought, though. You wonder if Coach Madden might have a few things to say during the break. As we look at the highlights and the stats, want to remind you that coming up after the game, stick around for the presentation of the turducken to our winners. That might motivate a few folks for the second half. Speaking of which, the third quarter about to kick off, so let's send it back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Scott, thank you. The team's back out onto the fabled turf here in Oakland as we get set to begin quarter number 3. So it's the Legends with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is back underway.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he goes out of bounds after a solid return to the 45.
The Legends going back on offense. Hall of Famer LaDainian Tomlinson in there at running back. And you think back to those Raider teams of the 70s. Coach Madden always loved to run the football, and he had some great running backs to rely on. But no one quite like LT, who he held in high regard. And here's what he had to say about the all-around abilities of the Charger great.
LaDainian Tomlinson is one of the best backs in the league. He has it all. I've watched him and I thought, I don't know if there's a guy that's better at running and catching and blocking and doing all the things that you have to do to be a running back.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And a lane slowly materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. Third down and 10.
Throwing now is Manning.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on third down, forcing the errant pass. Fourth down coming up.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
Here's Allen to throw it.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. First man through, it's the fullback use check. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32.
One quarter to play. It's football once again here in the East Bay. The fans love it. And we're back after this. This is a special presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now here on EA Sports as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. Throwing now is Allen.
Open man is Chase, complete.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A first down carry for Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 45-yard line.
Now Allen connects with Kittle underneath. A gain of 8 there on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Allen.
And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
They'll run with Barkley.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
Here's 1st and goal. Now Allen.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Superstars.
George Kittle from 8 yards out. And his guys have once again taken the lead. They do tack on the extra point as well. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Legends making their way back out on offense with Terrell Owens at wide receiver. Owens, former 3rd-round pick of the 49ers in 1996, and really came out of nowhere. Played at Chattanooga, but he developed into one of the great receivers in NFL history. And Coach Madden always appreciated the different ways in which T.O. could be a factor in a ball game.
Terrell Owens is such a big, strong, powerful guy. You don't always have to get the ball to him deep. You can hand it to him on a reverse, throw it to him on a slant, and he can just run right through the defense.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
Manning to throw.
Swinging this ball out here to Tomlinson. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. They'll come to the line. This is 3rd and 3.
Back to throw. Manning.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal. Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
They'll try the left side with LT. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
After the touchdown, here's Summerall to send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Josh Allen in the offense now. Down by 4, 36 seconds remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Connects with Kittle underneath. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Allen.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Brian Dawkins, the safety, with a pick.
So it's a win here in Oakland for the Legends. And after a great night of football, time for the best of traditions. Sure, it's great to lift the Lombardi Trophy, but a close second might be lifting that turducken and taking a big bite after a hard-fought victory. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. As expected, a win for the Legends as we say so long from Oakland.